Welcome back to Focus on
Interesting Things. Today we have a very special guest. It's Maynard Keen. Nerd.
I gotta admit, I'm playing a little bit of catch-up here. I don't know if you know this, but the reason you're here is we had a last-minute cancellation. We were supposed to have Keanu Reeves on. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, so we're stuck with another rock and roller here who's got some other product he has made in his basement, apparently. So
I actually stayed up really late last night and prepared a bunch of questions for Neo and his experiences with Lawrence Fishburne and what kind of that dynamic was like on the set.
Well, I'm a Speed freak. I love his work in that film. I wished he was in Speed 2.
Like we do every week, we have a guest that has a very interesting thing that they'd like to show to the world. Maynard, what do you have for us today?
I make wine in Arizona.
Just the kind of wine you can get at a supermarket for cooking, or?
You could cook with it, but I'd prefer you drink it. It's.
You know, Tim was actually telling me he went to the grocery store and there's
hundreds of wine available.
He said he looked down an aisle and he said he could only see wine bottles as far as a man could see. So I wouldn't necessarily categorize as an interesting.
You know, my problem with wine is the tart, acidic flavors and the way that it doesn't make you feel well later. It's not something I'd recommend, would you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I make wine. I'm a winemaker.
But is it something you'd recommend people drink?
When I go to the grocery
Okay.
store, when I look at a bottle of wine, I see a big logo that says, "Women don't drink, children don't drink, men don't drink, between
0 and 8.
seniors don't drink," and that kind of a warning to me says, hands off. You know, I'm not going to drink this poison.
I don't know where you're getting that. It doesn't say that you shouldn't. That men.
Do you think that people should be drinking this stuff that you have in the bottle?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's just where we're going to have to differ with that. If Keanu was here, I could ask him.
Let me say something to you.
Please.
The blood of Christ is essentially wine.
Correct.
Who are you to put that in a bottle?
I don't know.
There's a couple things we know about life.
Can we just open one, or? Okay. Go
Listen,
ahead.
it's a free country. Open the wine. If he wants to open the wine so much, probably has a problem with alcohol.
I would just, you know, if you were running your own talk show.
You're right. This is your.
At that point, you could say, "I'm going to interview you. Then we're going to open the wine. Then we're going to talk about the wine." Okay, but that's not really what's happening here. Right now, we're trying to figure out why the hell Keanu's not here.
What kind of name is Keanu?
That's an interesting thing.
What is this now?
It's just an opener.
What do you do with that thing?
You open the wine.
Come on, seriously, what do you do with it?
You open the wine. You use it to open the wine.
And you make these things?
No. This is just a wine opener.
Now, if you were the inventor of a metal fish like that,
Dennis, we
now
got to
we'd
get
be
the guy on the
talking.
show who invents the wine opener. Get him booked for
It's a
tomorrow.
blast. That looks like it's a lot of fun there, man.
Yeah, it's great.
If I had that thing, I'd buy the cheapest wine and I'd open it up. It would be a blast. I'd have my sons join me in that pursuit, and then I'd just pour the wine down the drain because I would never drink wine.
You don't like wine?
I would not know, sir, because I also have never drinking piss. So I wouldn't know what that tastes like, but I certainly wouldn't drink it.
Douchebags.
Oh, isn't that a neat little device? How do you sleep at night, knowing that you're making this trash?
I drink it and then I fall asleep.
Well, okay. I guess we got a sarcastic comedian on our show. We should reintroduce him then.
Welcome back to our show, Focus on Interesting Things. We're here with M. Keenan, and he's the star of a new film, Blood Wine, and where we go into his home of Arizona, where the mascot of Arizona is Zono the Frog. That's an interesting thing. Arizona has 0 frogs, and to actually have a mascot named after a frog that's in a desert, in a shit world that you live in, that was interesting to us.
Now tell me about the audacity that exists in your mind and in the mind of your friends where you would think that someone would want to see a documentary about you and the process that you undergo to make this poison.
It's filth, really.
I'm sorry.
Cat got your tongue, or do you want some water, some a birch beer? We can get you anything non-alcoholic, or is that not suitable for you? You want us to run out and get you some paint thinner or something?
No, I'm good.
Oh, is there plenty of wine left?
Plenty of wine.
I have a question for you. What kind of tool do you use to make wine?
Well, because I saw that note.
Did you see what I said?
Yeah, because you're talking about the fish thing here.
What kind of tool? So how is that piss?
It's got a
How is that poison you're putting in your mouth?
vinegar waft coming this way. Smells like.
Oh, Tim! Don't get close to that.
I can't tell you. Curiosity killed the cat. Give me a little. Give me a little taste.
Woo! It's rank. Smells like my Pepper's shoes.
No, not for me. Not for me. Does it hurt?
Does it hurt?
It tastes like my daughter's cough syrup.
It does smell like fruit now that it's sort of sitting out in the air a little bit. Give me a sip of that.
Feel free.
It's got a.
I got a question for you. What kind of tool do you have to be to live out in the desert and make wine?
This doesn't taste like wine.
Smells like, tastes like shit.
If you guys weren't relatives,
You know, I used to play guitar, and my band, we had songs that were many more songs than that than you had.
Sing us your song.
My song, for the songs that we had better. I remember that fucking band that came out. Your band was MTV.
What is your fucking band?
And we had a. It would have been better if we could tour, but they wouldn't let us tour. So, good luck.
Thanks
Best.
for being here. Thanks so much for coming. That's all we have for Focus on Interesting Things.